Jesus! Sup squad, my name is ESO and welcome back to the channel where I show you guys how to get the coolest...
G'day everyone and welcome to the second episode of the ESO Squadcast. I'm your host Jax and I'm joined today by my co-host.
Hey guys, I'm Fighter Flight and our guests are...
Hello everybody, my name is ROJ Justicelove, the Justice of Love, because there is no justice in love. How are you all doing this evening?
Greetings, it's me, Volteer, the same dragon from last time.
What is up? My name is DarkShadowVamp, aka DSV.
And if you didn't know, DSV is the first adventurer guest on the podcast, so welcome.
Yeah, let's give him a round of applause, guys.
Thank you. Bowing.
He was
All right,
only of two adventurers that were interested.
Yeah, that wanted to be on here today. Also, so today, DSV has brought us a few topics to discuss. And our first topic is your favorite class. So DSV, since you gave us this topic, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Well, personally, my favorite is to be a thief/assassin.
Why is that?
The Nightingale armor and the weapon set.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, dude. How about Justice? What's your favorite? What's your favorite class?
Okay, see, this is really difficult for me because I literally play everything when I do my playthroughs.
All right.
I took one of Danny's older builds, the Dwarven Centurion.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a mod called the Forgotten City that adds a dwarven helmet that you can blast lightning out of. That I added onto it, and it was really cool. So I am a sneaky assassin, barbarian, monk of peace.
Holy shit.
That sounds interesting.
That's an assassin.
Where does
So the
where
easiest
does
way
the bit come from?
I get the brawler's gloves from the guy from the Thieves Guild, disenchanted, and put it on my heavy armor.
Gloves of the pugilist.
Oh,
Yeah,
The gloves of a pug list.
Pugilist.
Basically what it is if you guys remember Oblivion, there was the orc assassin in the Dark Brotherhood who always went around two-handed weapons and heavy armor.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always wanted to be that type of assassin, but I don't like two-handed weapons personally, so I usually go heavy armor, bow, one sword, and a restoration spell to get health up, if you can call that a class.
Fair
yeah.
enough.
No, that's totally awesome.
What about you, Volteer?
I'm generally a stealth archer with a bit of a Dwemer mechanist.
All right. And why is that?
Oh, nice.
Dwemer Mechanist.
Very nice.
Where does that?
Have you ever used Ordinator?
Oh, I love the Ordinator skill. So you'd use the Dwarven auto cannon.
Dwarven auto turret.
Okay. I've never personally used the auto turrets, but I've seen them in the skill tree.
It fires explosive shells at a consistent rate.
Yeah, those I like the Ordinator skill tree. I use all of the Ordinator, not the Ordinator.
I also use scoped bows.
I can't use scoped bows because I use XM-P32 Skellington, and it's not compatible with scoped bows.
I have no idea what the hell that is.
It's a skeleton replacer for body mods.
All right, yeah. So for me, and apparently this is pretty uncommon. I'm a two-handed player. I usually go with great swords.
Sacrilege.
Yeah, no, I just love them.
The only time I ever did two-handed was the first time I ever played.
No, I just love it. It's so much fun. Usually my weapons are either the Ebony Blade, Blood Scowl Blade, those kind of really cool, more of the lore heavy weapons. Because I like my weapons to have a bit of backstory.
Do you play console or PC?
PC. Or no, console. I'm going to get it on PC soon.
There is a mod called the Shadow Knight that I want you to take a look at, which is a heavy armored two-handed greatsword that's like an end game boss that's harder than the Ebony Knight.
That's awesome. I will take a look at it.
And
I'll have to take a look at that.
it's completely lore friendly. I just fought him on my current playthrough that I'm doing on my Xbox, and I went in on him at level 27, and it took me 9 tries and a total of an hour and 45 minutes, and I had to like find a way to glitch him out to where he couldn't attack me, and I was doing like negligible damage to his health bar.
Oh,
What
so,
difficulty?
so Jax.
I was on Adept.
Oh. Dang.
Yeah, no, the only thing that saved me was that I had the Balder Blood Skull Blade, the one-handed weapon that you get when you go for his amulet for the Lost Legends quest.
Okay.
So my home slice McComb skillet / co-host, Jax. How about you?
Well, this is going to come as a bit of a shock to you all, but I'm a sneak archer. You know? I might get that level 100 sneak, you know, just get the best bow I can find. And I usually use it with heavy armor just because I can.
You freaking copycat.
Heavy armor is just better. Right? It's just better.
I'll
really
give you
is,
that.
though.
Heavy armor, like there's no reason you should ever use light armor late game.
Especially if you have the Ordinator skill perk tree. The heavy armor skill tree is actually so much better. Once you get
this
this
game.
I mean,
Like,
it's so good.
I mean, yeah, you can get it to where it like you can run like you're wearing clothing.
Okay, so I'm gonna add a topic onto the one that's already on here. So it's like an offshoot. What's your guys' favorite armor set and weapon set to use with your classes?
Yeah, it's actually a really good one. Since you came up with it,
That is a good one.
First, let's hear it. Let's hear it, Justice.
Okay, well, my first set of armor that I actually try to get is the Ancient Shrouded armor through the Dark Brotherhood quest line, but I have mods that make it heavy armor.
Because why would you use light armor?
But the actual heavy armor build that I end up going is a mashup between the ebony mail and retextured dragon bone armor.
Mm-hmm.
So I become the dragon ebony knight.
That's cool. That's really cool.
And I use the Zephyr with the dual enchant that has the chaos enchant, and I max out my enchanting up to where I can get increased frost, fire, and shock damage, and then I do the same thing through the destruction tree. So my heavy armor bow build usually does like 700 a hit without sneaking.
Damn.
That's
Nice.
insane. Now, Volteer, my friend, how about you?
I generally use a Stalwart bow and whatever light armor is decent that I can find.
See, that's pretty much the
So you
exact
don't
same
have a
as me. 'Cause I don't-
So he's basically just a grubber.
I stick to light armor though, do all the way through to the end.
That's
You are a brave soul.
Yeah. I was about to say that sounds challenging.
I've actually
You don't have a
beaten the
particular
game.
favorite? So, Volteer, you don't have a particular favorite armor set?
No.
See, that's the same with me.
Interesting.
I don't really care about builds. I just wear whatever heavy armor that is the best that I have at the time. I usually try and go for, Death Brand armor isn't bad, and I usually use Stalwart bow.
What's the enchanted armor set that you get at the very end of the Dawnguard DLC?
Ancient
The
Valor.
enchanted.
No, it's one of not Dawnguard, Dragonborn. It's
Oh, the Mirax set?
no, it's a heavy armor set that
Oh.
increases
The Ozadals.
Ozadal's armor.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's one of them that I've always shot for, but never been able to get because I refuse to use guides.
Yeah.
It's actually fairly easy to find. I found all of them playing on the PS3 version of Skyrim very, very easily and very, very quickly.
My problem is I usually remake the characters before I even finish the Dawnguard DLC.
I have done that so many times.
I never
just
make
with
it
the
to Stall. I
PS3.
never make it to Solstheim. I never make it there.
First? I haven't even bought Dawnguard yet.
Honestly, I do Dawnguard first because Serana is such a good follower, and I actually love the quest line that you get.
For Telder and Sarah.
Well, there's a mod called the Dark Ally of Sacrament or something like that, where you can become a vampire lord but still work with the Dawnguard. And
Wait,
the
what?
way that you become a vampire lord, but you can still work with the Dawnguard and get their quests and progress the Dawnguard quest line as a vampire. And the way that it's set up is that you are judged by how many vampire dusts you have in your inventory as proof that you are on their side.
That is cool. That's
Interesting.
So, like, I think Isram needs you to have like 100 vampire dust before he'll even look at you. So you need to go out slaying some vamps as a vampire
Massively.
lord.
Vamps.
Like, I
we
would,
have DSV right here. Let's kill him.
yeah, I know, right,
No!
dude? I'm gonna go straight supernatural on your butt. Quick,
Hang
who
it
wants
and cross
to
the
be my
soul work.
I
Sam?
don't know what you're talking about in that sense.
Quick, who wants to be my Sam?
Hey, Sam. Sorry.
You don't
Sam.
know.
I've never seen Supernatural.
neither.
You're dead to
Dean
me.
and Sam
Sorry.
Winchester.
Personally, I don't really like Supernatural.
You're dead to me too.
I couldn't get past the first season. I couldn't.
What broke me
first-
into that show?
The first two seasons are slow, but after that, everything starts kicking up. It's one of those shows. I had the same issue with The Walking Dead. I couldn't even get halfway through the first episode with that one.
Dude, Big Mouth I will never finish that first episode. It's so bad.
Okay, back to topics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
alright, so
we'll move on to the
DSV.
next one now.
Well, no.
DSV needs its armor set. No, he said it.
It's his armor set.
Yeah, you said
well,
it.
he
he
said
kind
it.
of can already guess on that one.
Oh yeah,
Is
Nightingale.
the Nightingale, but actually, playing it on the PC, I have found various mods that actually enhance what has already been put on the original vanilla version of the armor.
Yeah,
One of them was actually on Steam that actually someone had taken what was originally done and added what should have been on there because for like the example, the gloves, the only enchantment that you get is the one-handed, and there was no archery because you're getting the bow. So this person actually went through each piece of armor, gave it a second enchantment. So naturally the gloves, not only are they doing one-handed damage, they are doing archery as well. And if I remember right, I think it's like a 35% increase. Plus blessings of Nocturnal. And the blessings actually help speed up the progression of how fast you're learning the thief and assassination skills that you need to acquire for this particular build with the Nightingale set.
Yeah, that's really cool. My favorite, by the way, Daedric armor. I love it. It's so good.
Ooh.
It's so
Oh, yeah.
so pristine. I love it.
The only issue I have with it is that it's
Shield
too heavy. It's too heavy.
I love it. I don't care that it's super heavy. My the weapon that I try and pair with it is usually the ebony blade, or I'll use a sword, like a one-handed sword. But yeah, I really like the Daedric armor. So
We should go into our next topic now. I think.
yeah,
DSV's
what's your guys'
second-
favorite house? Yeah, like, what's your guys' favorite houses? DSV, do you want to answer first?
Sure. I would have to say the what is it? The Lakeview, I think,
Yeah, Lakeview Manor. Yeah.
because it's probably one of the most easiest ones, and there's like 2 or 3 ways that you can really start that whole thing. If you like have the Hearthfire already installed, you can just, instead of starting the main quest line right off the bat, you can just, kind of hightail it to Falkreath and actually get the first manor that you can build fairly easy. Let alone, as you progress through the game, your enemies level with you. So if you're doing it at level 1, it's going to wind up being a breeze to get through.
Yeah, I
Most
have to agree with
definitely.
that. That's definitely my favorite as well. Just because it's next to the lake, and that's the most appealing place to live to me.
Yeah. How about you, Justice?
Well, first off, can you actually hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can.
Yep.
I swapped over to my recording microphone.
Yeah, I can tell.
So my question I was asking before we started was, are we including modded houses into this list? Or is it
I
vanilla
guess
and
we gotta
DLC?
leave that up till DSV. I mean, it's his subject.
Honestly, I really don't mind that at all.
All right, then go for a modded house, but you need to explain it because we probably might not know it.
Okay. Well, I'll do a Hearthfire vanilla house first. My favorite house has got to be the Solitude Manor in the vanilla game, primarily because of how expensive it is.
Right.
How much is it? Because I've never actually bought the Solitude one.
It's 20,000 gold to get it, and then it's like 19 to 23,000 gold or somewhere around there to refurbish it.
Okay.
Like,
Not to
it's
mention that you have several newer rooms with that besides the
Yeah,
first
the
one that you
only-
get.
The only problem that I have with it is that it doesn't really have a forge. Like, it has an anvil, a workstation, and a grinding stone, but some of the houses that you can get and build have smelteries, and that's one of the drawbacks with it. But my favorite
Get
house
the
of all
Avengers
time,
basement mod. They'll fix that right up.
Right.
my
And
favorite
then some.
My favorite house has got to be, it's a mod called the Scarlet. And what the Scarlet is, it's a whole quest line that you end up going through where you have to go to the Solitude docks and find a letter saying, hey, there's this lost pirate ship in a cave off the coast of the northern side of Skyrim.
I think I figured out what the house is.
And in the cave, it's been overrun by bandits and pirates. So you have to go clear the cave out. And then there's like a little town setting in there that you can rebuild. And then there's the boat itself that comes with full smeltery, full kitchen, full alchemy, organized storage, multiple mannequins for armor. It even has an amulet organizing shelf where everything's coded. So it's like activate here to put the amulet of Kinnerath, or activate here to put the amulet of Talos, and then you get to see them hanging up on a wall on little pegs.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah, I think I remember
And-
seeing this in your
Cool.
stream the other day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I did spotlight it in my stream not too long ago.
Yeah.
And the reason it's one of my favorites is that it's not just a house. You can use it to go to any dock that's accessible by any other ship. So I could take it straight to Solstein
That's cool.
Sweet.
or straight to Winterhold or Solitude. And then there's a return spell called...
Speaking of Winterhold, am I the only one who tried to find a Hearthfire house there?
No, I've tried to find it too, and I did. It's just in a really bad location.
Wow. I
Wait,
I was
Winter
Well, it didn't even-
Firehouse?
Yeah, it's part of it's not it's located in the Winterhold area, but it's not Winterhold's house.
Oh, right.
If
the
that
Dawn
makes-
Star one.
Yeah, it's the Dawnstar one. It's the one that's you're surrounded by like a frozen lake and you can fish in a hole.
Oh, that's
Oh.
Morthal's.
Hmm.
That's Morthal.
Yeah, the Morthal has you right by the water edge. Dawnstar
You're on like.
Well,
no, you're
little.
You're on, like,
I was referring to one that's actually part of Winterhold.
I don't think that one actually has it.
Yeah.
No, your Winterhold becomes the Archmage's quarters.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to be doing another set through whenever I can get my special edition working again on my PC, and I'm going to be going through. I'm going to be making a spotlight list for mods that people can use with lower end PCs.
Right.
Okay. So, Volteer, how about you?
Whatever's the cheapest, honestly.
Breeze home then.
I swear.
Yeah. And then I use the Adventurer's Basement to make it from something that's small and shit to something amazing.
Fair enough.
Well, you did just let me put a modded house, and I can't fault him for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, true.
For me, right? My favorite. Don't kill me for this. It's the Solstheim house. I love it.
What?
I love the Solstheim.
I actually cannot blame you on that one.
I love
It's
it.
so nice. It's so big.
It's
I've
not
never
just
seen
the
it.
size; it's the theme of it that I love.
It's.
I've
Just,
never seen it.
It's so
Actually,
good.
looks
Really?
It's
Yeah, I've never seen
amazing.
What I will try and do, because I know I have a fully level character on one of my PS3 accounts, I can take a picture of that and probably even cover that in a probably a walkthrough on some of that as well, because it's very much like that mod that you were just talking about with having the smelter and all in it, because it's, you know, completely Dark Elven related. You have everything that's in there. You have an enchanting table. You have a potions, smelter, blacksmith spot in there. So it's really, really cool.
So, let's move on to DSV's third topic, which was favorite DLC and why. Volteer, how about you start us off?
Hearthfire, because you get to build shit.
Hell yeah. I have to agree with that one.
He's been suffering. He's been suffering from newscaster syndrome all night, and then all of a sudden, Hearthfire!
All of a sudden,
Yeah. Hang on a minute. Let me just point something out. You just said your favorite house was Breeze Home, except your favorite DLC is Hearthfire. Explain.
That makes
I
no
don't
sense.
really use the house that much, aside from maybe like the library thing. You just over fucking load the thing with books. Like any book I see, I use a mod that causes books that you have not read to glow.
Yeah.
I couldn't use
Yeah,
that
I
mod.
saw that.
It breaks immersion for me, and I'm not usually one for immersion, but if I see a glowing book on a shelf, I'm going to be like, that thing's like possessed. That's
That's how I know which books I have.
No!
Like, one of my goals in Skyrim is to get one of every book.
Yeah, same here. I always try to do that.
I always try to
Which
do that.
includes spell tomes.
that's ambitious.
Oh, hell no.
That's ambitious.
That's not ambitious. That's insane.
Actually, I think there's
I
a
want
mod
a full
out.
library.
You know, they got console commands for that.
I do not include recipes though. I do not include recipe notes. I do not include them.
Yeah,
Don't include any of
that's
like
stupid.
the notes.
No, I think there is a
I
mod.
include all the notes when I do it. I want all of the literature, you know, for the one day when I decide to finally read them.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I think there is a mod out that lets you actually gain the use of being able to keep repeating spell tomes and the skill books as well, for like, you know, the thief skills and all that, where you can just keep gaining the perks.
That sounds broken.
Yeah,
Because
I like
it's
the
almost
fact
like
that
that.
you only get I like the fact you only get the skills once, because then it makes you want to look for the other ones of that of that type.
Yeah. Because I know they did one like that with the the Ogma Infinium that you get from. Oh gosh, what's his What's that?
The
Hermaeus Mora. Hermaeus Mora.
Man.
Yeah, dude.
As a
Entei
callback to
monster.
the last podcast, the Tentacle Man.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember
It was
that.
just funny because when I saw that just playing on the PS3, because I have all the DLCs on there, it was just so funny because the first time I saw that, I'm like, whoa, hello, ugly.
All right.
Okay, so I know I should know this real quick, but who was the one who liked the Solstheim?
Me. Fight.
I got a present for you.
Oh. All right.
I just sent him a mod called Red Spire Manor,
That's cool.
Oh, I
Which
think I
is-
saw that.
which is compatible with consoles.
That's so cool.
Compatible with what?
It's compatible with
awesome.
consoles.
It has a this is really cool. It has like a display case for each of the black books. That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Not only
Nice.
does it have a display case for each of the black books, it has Dragon Claw displays, it has Dragon Mask displays.
That's
it-
insane.
For any
It
display things, I would probably use Legacy of the Dragonborn because that's just better all around for displays.
No, the reason why I like this mod is because it's like the Scarlet, which is my favorite house mod, like I said on the previous topic. But it also has display spots for all of
May
the
I change
Daedric
something? And
All
for
the
actual modded houses, it is the sort of like penthouse, whatever, for the Legacy of the Dragonborn Museum.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Does that
does
have
sound
display
cool.
cases? Does that have display cases for all of the Daedric artifacts, weapons, and armors?
It has display cases for fucking every collectible in the game.
Damn.
And it's probably one of the few places where you can actually unload the Elder Scrolls.
Well, I mean, this one has Elder Scroll racks too.
But yeah, you can store pretty much everything as a display.
I just thought that I would like that little tidbit of a house
that's really cool.
And I think the penthouse area has a pool too.
Yeah.
Is that or some kind of thing? I don't know.
Undeniably, the best mod, in my opinion, is the Solstheim mod Dragonborn.
That's not a mod. That's a
Yeah, it's
DLC.
DLC, you know what I mean?
Hey, there are some mods that are like DLC, such as Bruma
Yeah, Broom is cool.
Yeah.
But
and Apotheosis that's coming out soon.
You know, I downloaded Bruma 3 different times for 3 different things, and I never ended up getting to it.
yeah. But Solstheim's just a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy the quest, the main quest there. It's really, really fun. All right, so this is the golden question that's going to take up pretty much the rest of the podcast.
We're not done yet.
Because
Justice
not?
and DSV haven't said their favorite house. And also, I want to sneak in another quick topic before we move on to that.
Oh, okay.
No, we haven't
So we're
said
not
our
getting to
favorite
that
deals.
question.
We haven't said our favorite
yeah,
deal.
that DLC. Alright, so
Mine's Dragonborn.
Dragonborn, alright.
Yeah, Volteer.
What?
The reason why I like Dragonborn so much is,
Oh no,
which is like it's controversial because I actually like it mainly because most people hated it.
What?
What?
Okay, let me explain because that sounded bad even to me.
It did.
Like I have brain damage and I realize how bad that sounded.
Explanation definitely needed.
I like how early it starts. Right, you're.
Oh yeah, and the cultists assault you.
No, Dawnguard. That's the Dragonborn is when the cultists assault you. Dawnguard is when
No, Dragonborn is when the cultists.
I thought you were talking about Dragonborn.
You did
No,
say
they were.
Dragonborn. You said Dragonborn.
Yeah, you said Dragonborn.
I got brain damage. Leave me alone.
Yeah, the cultists attack you with the Dragonborn because it's right after, if you go to any major city right after going up to High Hrothgar for the first time, that is when the cultists attack you, and you have to pick up a note and it sends you to Solstein.
I
Is
guess
there
it's
any
a
way
good
for you to
reason
get
that I.
make it so they
there,
don't
that's
attack
good.
you?
I guess it's a good reason for me to actively avoid High Hrothgar because I don't want to deal with climbing those stairs.
Yeah.
What the frost troll?
Yep.
I just
That
run
frost
past
troll is-
it. I just run past it.
No lie. Every playthrough I've done since the first time I've played, I'm at least level 40 something by the time I actually start climbing High Hrothgar.
Damn.
The first time I fought the Rostrel, it scared the hell out of me, but eventually I realized I can just throw him off the mountain. But yeah. So
DSV.
Volteer needs to give his DLC now.
I would have to say the Dawn Guard. To be honest,
Oh,
and
really? You got somebody on my boat.
the reason why is crossbows.
Yes.
fair.
Oh
fair,
God,
fair.
yes. Which
And-
pairs really nicely with a mod called Faction Crossbows, where you get faction crossbows for the Thieves Guild, you get it for the Dark Brotherhood, the Dawn Guard, and there's one more that I can't remember, but they are faction unique weapons that come with their own abilities and traits. Like the Dawn Guard one, you have to actually have ancient knowledge. You have to have done
Yep.
the quest where you return the lexicon, and you have to have the ability to smith dwarven metal, and it can
Golden
only
crossbow.
to build the Dawn Guard faction crossbow, and it can only be forged at the Dawn Guard forge.
There's a companion's crossbow, isn't there?
I think so, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that is actually one of the mods I plan on getting, because this month I'm actually going to try and get the Dawn Guard DLC, because I still have the vanilla version of Skyrim. I found
you
out.
guys just need to get the special edition and call it done.
I had the
Well,
legendary edition,
Special edition.
but it
I am on a crappy PC. My PC does not have the specs for the special edition because I found that out recently.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy that I have a working version of Skyrim that I can actually have fun, and I look forward to when I do get the special edition on either a newer PC, or when I get myself a PS4, I can do the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's
So I think we're done with that topic. Jax, you said you had a topic.
I want to sneak in a little one here, suggested by Justice. Favorite mods.
Favorite mod?
I don't wanna go
use
first.
mods.
You don't want to go first?
I don't use mods.
Neither do I.
Yeah, so I don't have a favorite mod.
It doesn't have to only be mods. It could be favorite DLC implemented weapons, armors,
Oh,
quests,
favorite DLC
side
implemented.
quests. So anything that was added from the vanilla game, I'm attributing to favorite mod.
Okay. I'm just gonna say Teldrin Sero because I love him so much.
I don't even know who that is.
Neither.
Go to Solstheim.
Okay,
Go to
I
the
reiterate the
Solstheim.
fact. I reiterate the
So
fact
good.
that I haven't been there since my first playthrough, and that was like 7 years ago.
Holy shit.
Like I said, go talk to my boy Teldrin. Hire him. He's really funny. I really like him.
You're talking funny. You got to talk ego.
Yeah,
When
I like.
used
He's
to-
definitely my favorite.
When I used to do, I did a little bit of modding when I first got Special Edition, and one of the ones I did really like was Project Hippie, and all it basically did was just add shitloads of trees and plants in all the towns and cities, and it just made it look so
Like all the system.
That destroys graphics, though.
Does it?
Yeah, but it only destroys graphics because if you're like me, you have a whole bunch of quality mods.
Because I
And
rarely,
open
I rarely
cities.
run more than like 2 or 3 mods at a time, so...
And open cities, I assume.
I hate
Open
that
Cities is very nice. 2 or 3 mods at a time?
Sure.
Oh God. Like my standard mod list for basics is nowhere less than like 70.
Mod it till it crashes.
Yeah, seriously. And it doesn't. I was able to find the playthrough that Jax was talking about where he saw me playing on the Scarlet. I had 187 mods and 219 plugins.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That's a lot of.
My computer would be going nuclear at that point.
And I'm on a laptop and I was streaming it.
My computer would probably break.
Yeah, mine.
How old is this laptop, and is it built for gaming?
My laptop or yours?
Yours.
My laptop is, let's see, I got it in 2015, so going on 3 years now. And I custom built it because before I got carbon monoxide poisoning, I was actually a computer engineer and technologist. And
I have a store-bought laptop.
Yeah, I bought mine from a store too. I just
I've done
customized the specs on checkout.
Okay.
I've done no hardware changes at all because I don't know how.
Same.
Like I spent $1,100 and it was basically just my tax return from being a truck driver that I spent, and I gave it 12 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabyte hard drives, 3.9 gigahertz dual quad core, so it's a stacked 8-core processor. That's an i7 that can be overclocked to 4.5. 2 gigabyte video card. It's an NVIDIA 940M. It's a monster. It's so sexy.
I'm gonna reiterate something that pretty much everyone on the server should know by now. I don't like tech talk.
Same. I hate it.
It goes over my head.
You don't like
Yep.
techno babble?
That's
It
usually
goes
why I
way
do it.
over my head.
That's usually why I do it.
I do a lot of programming for my classes. So
I took a programming class in high school.
I'm in high school. So, yeah.
I nearly failed it.
So, Justice,
Let's find out.
what is your favorite mod to run on that
Justice.
monster?
Okay, so standing aside from like the EMBs and anything that's graphic related, I've got a few standards that I feel like I have to have. One of them is uniques, which changes the appearance of all of the unique items, like the Scalder blow, the Black Skull bow. What's the weapons that you get from the Lost Legends quest?
Blood Skull?
Doesn't Black Bow of Fate, maybe?
Kind of. Basically, any weapon like Dawnbringer has unique appearances. Like they redo the images of it and the stats as well. Then there's immersive armors, which adds like 300 or 400 different types of armors to the game.
I just recently got that one. I'm enjoying it.
And it diversifies it. There's unleveled list, which takes out the level cap or the base level requirements of items that you get whenever you like what's one of them? What's the one you get from the Thieves Guild quest? The ice one.
Children.
Yeah, Chillren. So you have to be like level 40 to get the max enchant on it.
Like level 45 plus, I think.
With unleveled items, it's the maximum at any level.
Nice.
So it's just the enchantment, though. It doesn't change any of the base weapons. And then, so that's what I like for armor and weapons. There's uniques, and then Zim's unique artifacts. But the big ones, I like to add quests. There's the Forgotten City and Clockwork, which are really spooky mods that give you.
You gonna play Apotheosis when it comes out?
Oh hell yeah! Even though it's probably gonna give me night terrors.
Hey, leave it this way. At least you'll be able to revisit the Shivering Isles.
I didn't like it the first time.
Correction on the children, it's actually 46 and higher is a max enchantment.
Yeah, well, basically, it takes all of that away from it. So you could go get children at level 3 and have the max level enchantment
That's insane.
on all of them that have
even-
a level cap.
Even to bring back the one mod that I was telling you guys about with the Nightingale, kind of did the same thing with the whole the weapons and the armor. It don't matter what level you get it at. The armor is pretty much enhanced, and just with the blessings that you get, it's insane.
Yeah, I had that. I think I had a similar mod to what you're doing, where like the chest piece gave me like 200 carry weight and bonuses to defenses. The boots were silent.
Yeah.
And other things. The bow, you got like 35%
Well, default wise, the boots already had muffle on them.
No, it wasn't muffle. It was silence, and then then there was an activated ability if you had the full set on that was like the whisper shout, where you could direct someone.
All right. I just to do this, but
no, go ahead.
We need to move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Because it is a big topic and it will take time.
Yeah.
So the next topic, for those of you who are wondering, is who. All right. Let's say you do every single Daedric quest. You basically you're like, I'm gonna do every Daedric quest so I can be as powerful as I can. Then you die. Where did your soul go? Who gets it?
All right, I'm going to start off here because I'm pretty sure I've got the answer. So the first thing you need to do... Well, first of all, I'd like to say this topic was suggested by Laser Taser, also known as Butt Stallion, and so yeah.
And Big Papa.
So what you need to do to answer this question, what you need to do is define a canon Dragonborn, which is very hard to do because Bethesda won't fucking do it themselves. So if you just
a canon Dragonborn.
So what the Dragonborn actually did in the lore, not just in the game. Because if you think about it, the Dragonborn did not join the Thieves Guild and the fucking College of Winterhold and the Dark Brotherhood and become leader of them all. He didn't do that. It's going to be some other random person that's done those things. It just doesn't make sense.
How could you done this?
And so, because, like, if you did do all the Daedric quests and join all these factions, then, if you're the Guildmaster, Nocturnal's going to want you. If you're a vampire, like Bol's going to want you. A werewolf, Hercene will want you. Mage, Magnus will take you. Orc, Malakath, Nord, Shore, etc. And if you're champion of any Daedra, they're going to want you. Now, what most people assume is, Sithis is the most powerful being, he'll take you. He won't.
He's actually not.
Yeah, that's absolutely not true.
It's Anu is one of the most powerful, or something like that. But what people don't know is Sithis isn't actually sentient. He doesn't have a will.
Yeah,
he doesn't have intent.
Kind of.
And
devoid.
Yeah, he's the personification of nothing. He's not going to be like, oh yeah,
just
I
null.
want the fucking Dragonborn.
He's literally null. He's nothing.
And so basically,
there's a YouTuber that I watched that actually classified by rank. His name's Mr. Rex.
Yeah, I watch him.
And what you were saying is Sheogorath's alter ego, the Daedric Prince of Order, is actually the most powerful Daedra.
Oh, most definitely. But
which is why the other Daedra ganged up on him and made Sheogorath. Holy, what was that?
The Daedric Prince that everyone loved.
My brother walked into my room.
So basically,
Sheogorath, the one everyone loves.
Yeah. Well, actually, real quick, that's, believe it or not, Sheogorath and Jiglag at the current canonical time, or at the current time in canon, right, for Skyrim, are two completely separate entities.
They are separated. It's once every new age.
Well, yeah, that and because instead of Sheogorath, instead of the Grey March, when it happened, basically someone took the Madness. If you guys don't know, the person who did that was it's very heavily theorized.
To be the hero for that.
Our boy, the hero of Kavach, did that.
Yeah, the champion of Oblivion.
Yeah, he actually is Sheogorath.
The story is that you became Sheogorath at the end of the Shivering Isles DLC, but it was said at the end of it that it's going to take time for it to incubate, or that's not the word they used, but to grow in him. Yeah, to basically really become a Daedra. And so the champion of Cyrodiil actually became and is the one that you see
in Skyrim,
because he actually references parts of Oblivion that only the champion of Cyrodiil and the hero Kavach would actually know.
Yeah, because he was the one who did it. And so, but the Dragonborn didn't promise himself to Shigalag.
No, he didn't.
Nor to Sheogorath, believe it or not. He didn't promise him to him either.
I don't think he promised him to Mehrunes Dagon either, did he?
Nope.
For the dagger. No, he just got the dagger for killing that dude.
He basically just said, yo, you can have it.
So basically what it comes down to is either Shor or Hermaeus Mora. Because canonically, the only things that absolutely the Dragonborn did was the main quests and the DLCs. Which means it comes down to Akatosh, Shor, or Hermaeus Mora. But it's not Akatosh because...
what about the Dragon Souls?
That's what I'm about to get to. Because dragons don't actually die unless their soul is consumed. And if their soul is consumed, then Akatosh can't take it, can he? So it's not Akatosh. And it just comes down to...
Well, actually, here's something interesting, right? Now, if you think about it this way, right? If the Dragonborn consumes souls, is he able to give those souls away instead of his own?
Well, the Greybeards can...
would he be able to?
Would he be able to do that? His life, sacrificing their soul to extend his?
Well, no. Giving them to he promised his soul, to a bunch of,
well, then it's not his soul, it would be a dragon's soul. So no, he couldn't do that.
No. It is his soul.
Because his soul owns it. The dragon.
Yeah, the dragon's soul is a part of him, so it is his soul, technically.
I have a counter idea for you. Have you ever thought of the consequences of him actually eating those souls? What if those souls that he absorbs are actually it's like having 1,000 voices in your head?
Yeah. I've thought of that actually, and that would be really interesting, and I think that actually would very much be a reason why he'd want to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess thinking back, playing through the whole what was it, the Soul Cairn?
The Soul Cairn, so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of popped into my head, but then as soon as you guys started talking about the whole, the eating of the souls and what happens with that, it's like, what if the Dragonborn actually becomes a dragon himself later on because of all the...
For all intents and purposes, he is, but he's a dragon in a human's body.
Because, I mean, unless if you actually have, one of my favorite movies that I like to watch, the Dragonheart series. In one of the movies, the dragon was actually bound to mortal form until he was able to actually, return to the reptilian winged state that he was waiting for to be able to...
We're getting straight into some fairy tale acnologia stuff right here. Come on now.
But it kind of makes me wonder, what is actually going to happen when, depending on what happens with all those souls and everything.
Here's my theory, right? So how Daedra kind of all hate each other.
Yeah.
They don't kind of all hate each other.
Yeah, no,
They
they hate
do
each other
hate each
so
other.
much. But I was being facetious. But
That's a big word. I'm proud of you.
the power of, first of all, souls, not all souls are created equal. A Dragonborn soul is a very powerful soul, right? So what do you think they're going to do when that soul has been promised to each and every one of them?
Well, it
They're gonna
hasn't.
tear you-
It
They're gonna
hasn't.
fight
The
for
new
it.
one.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. For let's say it's promised to the bare minimum of people, right? Then it's still, right? There's still enough people for, sides to be taken. And so, really, what it does is it really got to think about are they going to go to war over it?
No.
I could see that happening though, because they do like to fight each other a lot.
I don't think they care enough about one soul, no matter how powerful it is, to fight each other over it.
Hermaeus
That's
Mora-
not necessarily true.
Hermaeus Mora cares a lot about the Dragonborn soul.
But if you also look into Hermaeus Morin's lore, there's nothing in his power that was actually his making. He stole everything that's in his library. He even gave the knowledge away that enabled people to be in there in the first place.
That is true.
And the only Daedra that I've ever been able to find in the lore that's actually succeeded in invading and actually attacking and pushing back and injuring one is the arch enemy Mehrunes Dagon of Oblivion. He's actually invaded 3 different realms.
Yeah. The thing
Yeah, he's one of the weaker
Mehrunes
dudes.
Dagon is he is a notoriously weak Daedra.
He's not weak. He's not weak, really. He's just
Comparatively,
overly
he
ambitious.
is.
He's just overly ambitious.
Yeah, he's not strong enough to warrant his actions. Now, let's say Jigalag. That kind of power.
No, we can't
That
bring
kind of
Nikolai
ambition.
into here because you never really meet him.
Well, no.
Because you're talking Aedra here.
Jigalag isn't an Aedra. Jigalag's a Daedra.
No, I know he's a Daedra, but you're still talking Daedra, and then the one with an M that I can't remember.
Magnus.
Yeah, whatever the hell it is.
Just Magnus.
It's not.
The reason I'm bringing the
I know,
Aedra
it's
up
making a
is
joke.
because Jigalag, in all intents and purposes, is really never seen in the Elder Scrolls lore outside of the once every new age, or that when he merges with his alter ego Sheogorath to reap and sow destruction.
Well, actually, he doesn't merge. He kind of like overtakes it. He's basically what it is that he is given a moment of clarity to where he knows where he is Jigalag. And so he decides, he sees all of this chaos and he's disgusted by it, so he destroys it. That's the Grey March.
You know, there's a big fan theory that Jigalag is Alduin.
Seriously?
Or at least a part of Jigalag refused or was able to resist the splitting whenever Sheogorath was created and broke off and became Alduin the World Eater.
I don't believe that because Alduin...
That would
Because-
almost make sense, though.
Well, the reason is because Alduin failed in his job as the World Eater by coming early and then not following his duty as the World Eater, as the Ender of Ages. That's why we're able to defeat him. But in ages past, Jigalag's main premise in creating his order is to destroy everything. What does Alduin do? He destroys everything and creates a new age to be done.
Well, yes and no, right?
So,
The
I mean,
reason
that's
why
just
he
a cool
wouldn't-
fan theory that I found.
He's actually, believe it or not, it's super hard to, like, it's hard to explain what he really is. He is not really a, he is basically an Aedra. The reason I say basically is because the sons of the Time God are Alduin, Ariel, and Akatosh. but there is no time god in this current iteration of the universe. So, Akatosh is seen as the time god, and Alduin is his son. But Jiggalag, if a piece of him got split off and became the son of the time god, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that it could make sense, and I've done research into this, is if a piece of him broke off and fused, like there's the fan theory that every main character in the Elder Scrolls series is the same soul reincarnated, because you always start off as a prisoner, right?
Interesting.
You've never heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, every Elder Scrolls game, you start off as a prisoner, and then you make your character, you name it, you choose skill. So it's like
again, there's a hole in that, and that is the hero of Kavach.
Not necessarily, because the reason why they're saying that is because they're saying that it's not Tiber Septim, the other one.
Martin.
No, he's the reincarnated soul of Talos.
Who?
Talos.
No, I know. You're talking about the main character.
The main character is a reincarnated soul of Talos, or at least a part of him, which is always trying to save the world.
Huh.
Now, if we look at it from that perspective, if the main character is a reincarnated soul of Talos, right? Which is why you're always able to customize them into something different every time, is because it's a reincarnation. Then why can't a part of Jiggalag break off and fuse and makes and be part of that new realm where the time god isn't here?
Yeah, that is fair. That is an interesting theory. I don't personally.
That is an interesting view on that too.
I don't think that would be true. Just for the sole reason that Alduin in this timeline is the son of Akatosh. That's not a saying. That's the truth. He is the firstborn of Akatosh. Is all the dragons are children of Akatosh.
Yes, I agree. However, going into the soul cairn, one of the ways that you can do it is have part of your soul removed. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So what if?
Yeah. You know what?
You see what I mean?
It's true.
You see what I mean?
Well, also
part of his soul could have been fused.
This reminds me of last week we were talking about Adra and Daedra, and I remember we were talking about Periite.
Yeah.
And I just realized how he would be our main man, Akatosh, and that's Akatosh is really the time god.
You see what I mean? See,
and
if you
Periite is actually Akatosh.
You see how this all can tie together in a big Illuminati type of deal.
Well, if you also recall, if you go all the way through the Dawnguard DLC, the various names that the Snow Elf brother calls Ariel and all that.
That's also true.
Because I was just thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute, how many names can a Daedric god really go by? Adric. Sorry.
See, they go by so many names because they're revered by so many time periods in history. Like God in our world is known as the savior, or some people can call him Allah. You know what I mean? Like going through history, people, especially revered and revered entities, always go by different names depending on what time period, what era, where you're at. Cyrodiil could have a different name for something than Skyrim. Skyrim could have a different name from something that High Rock has. So it all goes through there. Like Morrowind has its own name for Akatosh. If you
that is also very true.
You know what I mean? So
what's the Morrowind name for Akatosh?
I forget. It's been so long since I played that one.
Also, the Khajiit call him Alkosh.
Because I remember with the Dawn Guard.
Quite a bit like Akatosh mixed with Ariel.
Well, I remember the conversation that, no matter which race that you pick to choose to be the Dragonborn, but right towards the end of that whole thing, the brothers says Ariel and several other names, and Akatosh, I believe, was one of the other names that was thrown out.
Yeah. I do want to mention, right, that Akatosh is one of the most powerful Aedra.
I would agree.
Just for the sheer purpose that he controls time. And that's just not time on Mundus, that's time in general.
Yeah, no.
He is the single, in my opinion, he's the single most powerful entity only because he can control all of time.
Exactly. Now, the reason that I brought up the whole Talos reincarnation as a prisoner is to actually answer the topic that we're discussing as to who gets the Dragonborn soul. The Dragonborn does.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he goes to Sovngarde. I think he returns back to the heavens.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, as Talos, and he waits for when he's needed again.
That is, you know what? You have made
that is a fair observation with that.
Now
that's my theory.
You know what? This is a good note to leave off. Sorry, guys. It's been great, but we are out of time today. So we will see you guys next week with Seven Fangs. Who's our
Whiffy, Weeble,
crew for next week?
And Marcus Boyd.
Wi-Fi.
I'm good to go again next week as well.
If someone doesn't show up, you're probably gonna hear from me again.
Yep. It's funny because in the comments of the last one, Volteer was like, "I wonder if I'm gonna become a staple here," and now he's on this one.
And then we had to bring him in. But everybody have a great day, and thank you guys for tuning into our podcast. Hope
Y'all
you
are
guys enjoyed
sexy.
it. Oh my!
Also, you can find DSV's
Oh
Twitch channel in the
my.
description, as well as Justice's Twitch channel, GoFundMe, and merch store in the description as well.
Yep, and
Yes, buy my mugs. They are awesome.
I will be
Yes,
buying
buy the
those.
mugs. Buy all of the mugs, and I hope you guys have a great day. And goodbye.
Have a good one.
Farewell.
I was gonna do the countdown.
Too fucking late, right? We're recording.
Heck
G'day everyone,
you.
and shut the fuck up. G'day everyone, and welcome to the... Really? G'day everyone, and welcome to this... Stop fucking talking.